that this is a very tough time for these families because their relatives have been taken hostage. The Israeli government at this time determined to go out and neutralize the Hamas once and forever, so that no one again ever is taken hostage by any Hamas terrorist. But for those whose family members are currently in the Gaza Strip, this is their worst nightmare playing out. And we try to capture their thoughts, their emotions at this time. And even as families and friends of hostages demand a ceasefire, Israel has declared that it's launched a limited ground offensive into Gaza by launching raids that are aimed not just at targeting the Hamas but also searching for hostages who are in all probability spread out across the Gaza Strip.
17 days into the Israel-Hamas war, Israeli Defense Forces have mounted a limited ground invasion into the Gaza Strip.
עשרות נקודות שבהם אנחנו מבינים שמתכנסים.
There is a sortie which is attacking dozens of points where, to understanding, the terrorists are assembling. The terrorists are getting organized in anticipation of the next stages of the war. And our role is to reduce these threats. Therefore, we are exploiting all of the time available to us to improve our readiness and our ability to carry out the ground maneuver in the best possible way.
הפשיטות האלה הן פשיטות שהורגות חוליות מחבלים.
Hamas, which carried out the October 7th terror attack on Israel, has also confirmed ground operation by the IDF. According to Israeli forces, raids by tank and infantry forces were done to kill squads of terrorists who were preparing for the next stage in the war.
אני מדגיש, כל אספקה אחרת.
During the night, there were raids by tank and infantry forces. These raids are raids that kill squads of terrorists who are preparing for the next stage in the war. These are raids that go deep, to the contact line. These raids also locate and search for anything we can get in terms of intelligence on the missing and the hostages.
Israeli forces have claimed that their airstrikes focused on sites where Palestinian militants were assembling to attack any wider Israeli invasion. The Israeli army has also organized raids to search for those who have been abducted and are being kept as hostages.
2 hostages were released has actually piled on the tension and suspense over what's going to really happen, because the big question continues to be, if this is phase 1, what is phase 2 and phase 3 going to look like? Are negotiations really happening where the non-military hostages from Gaza will all be released very quickly? We don't know just yet, but in the interim at least, while that attains a semblance of clarity, Israel is not backing off, not even an inch, not even for a minute.
The limited ground operation could be a wider ground invasion of Gaza by Israeli forces. Israel has said its war on Hamas will end only when the outfit's terror network is completely dismantled. With Shavarur from Tel Aviv, Bureau Report, India Today.
Israel, meanwhile, has released raw, unedited body cam footage recovered from Hamas terrorists. The new videos show Hamas terrorists firing indiscriminately at a civilian car, not stopping even when the driver was dead.
The Israel-Hamas war has been raging on for over 2 weeks now, and with nearly 200 hostages still in Hamas custody, Israel has decided to amplify the horrors of Hamas by releasing unedited footage of the October 7th Hamas attack, taken from the death squad's body cameras.
As we work to defeat the terror organization that brutalized our people, we are witnessing a Holocaust denial-like phenomenon evolving in real time.
In this video from 7th October, released by the Israeli government, Hamas terrorists, all dressed in black, can be seen firing indiscriminately at a silver civilian car. As the car moves ahead, they continue to fire till the driver is dead and crashes into another van. Gun-wielding terrorists then surround the car and check to ensure that the passenger is dead. Abduction manuals and operation plans have also been recovered from the bodies of Hamas terrorists. Hamas terrorists went on a killing frenzy as the October 7th siege unfolded. This video shows Hamas seek out an injured elderly lady and gun her down. This is how the carnage unfolded at the Nova Music Festival. It was one of the first sites that came under Hamas attack on October 7th. Dashcam videos that have emerged show Hamas terrorists blocking cars and shooting passengers point blank. Festive goers who tried to flee on foot were also gunned down. The kibbutz in southern Israel bears testament to the true horrors of Hamas. This was probably a preschool for kids. The doodles and paintings on walls now covered by bullet marks. A play area now eerily quiet. A burnt cycle and a mangled cart is all that is left. These images make it crystal clear that even children were not spared.
I've never seen anyone face such slaughter. Like we are animals and you slaughter them, and it's not human, it's not humane what they did here. I don't think we've seen anything like this except for maybe ISIS or the Holocaust.
Make no mistake, the information war is also raging. An Israeli government's decision to release the footage comes amid ongoing global protest and diplomatic efforts to end the conflict. Bureau Report, India Today.
The United States has deployed a second aircraft carrier and attack ships to the Persian Gulf as Israel prepares to expand its Gaza operations. The US warships are not intended to join the fight, but the presence of two of the US Navy's most powerful vessels is designed to send a strong message of deterrence to Iran and its proxies like the Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthi rebels in Yemen.
Strikes to punish provocations by the Hezbollah, the Iran-backed group that has carefully scaled up hostilities, opening up a war front on Israel's northern border. Just days ago, a US warship's air defense system intercepted a battery of cruise missiles launched by Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen, south of Israel. What's clear is that in under 20 days, the Israel-Hamas war has exploded into a full West Asian crisis that could spiral into a global conflict. The United States of America, which has already deployed two joint aircraft carrier battle groups to the Mediterranean and Persian Gulf, has also decided to bolster advanced missile defense capabilities on the region. In its latest move, the Biden administration has decided to deploy additional terminal high-altitude air defense and Patriot anti-missile systems in the general area of Israel as a shield against an increasingly belligerent Iran. The ratcheting up of tensions means Iran is on notice, with relations back to square one just weeks after the Biden administration had arrived at an elusive breakthrough with Iran, even unblocking billions in aid. Israel, which has rejected concerns of an expanding conflict, has said it will do what it must to defend itself and avenge the massacre of 7th October. Could the world be staring at a new mini-world war? With Shiva Arur in Israel, Bureau Report, India Today.